you fear your life's invisible. Just breathe in and breathe out until the essence of love has filled you and there is no room for doubt. God of mercy, God of motion, God of known and unknown things, rest assured I will travel to higher ground next hurricane. Perhaps the point of it all is to ask in dreams and out aloud, how might I love before my life is over? How might I love right now? I got a call from a friend I thought I lost back in '95. He said, it's good to hear you, how you doing? I said, it's good to be alive. It's so good to be alive. God of mercy, God of compassion, God of known and unknown things, rest assured I will travel to higher ground next hurricane. A night of traveling delivers me to a town I've never known. The sign says welcome, I say thank you. I believe I'm welcomed home. I believe I'm welcomed home. Calling down shine your light for all to see. Every moment a new dance is offered up to you and me. Every breath brings a new start, filled up with pure possibility. Every beat births a new heart that's here to love and heal humanity. Now is the time, this is the place, I am the one. Now is the time, this is the place, I am the one. I am the one. Everyone is united, we are the branches of God's family tree. Everyone is invited to walk the path with authenticity. Everyone has their own spark, we come from perfect divinity. Everyone makes their own mark, our spirits calling us to be free. Now is the time, this is the place, I am the one. Now is the time, this is the place, I am the one. I am the one. I am the one. Right time, right place. 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 I am the one. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you light. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you light. I'll give you light. I'll give you love, pure love. I'll give you peace. I'll give you joy. I'll give you hope when all your hope is gone. I'll give you light. I'll give you life. I'll give you love, pure love, pure love. Love, joy, and
Down around the corner, half a mile from here, see them go and disappear because of without love. Where would you be now? Without love. Miss Lucy, she was singing around the tracks. She lost her home in the family, and she won't be coming back because of without love. Where would you be now? Without love. Well, the Illinois Central in the Southern Santa Fe, you gotta keep on pushing down the line, mama, cause you know they're running late because of without love. Where would you be now? Without love. Well, the pistons keep on turning and the wheels go round and round, and the steel tracks are cold and down for the miles that they go round because without love. Where would you be now? Whoa. Without love. Come on, time. Without love.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center on this really cold and icy day. Thank you for making it to Columbine. We are centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony. Harmony, yes. Clap for that. Yes, a harmony. And a world of peace and abundance for all. Please stand up. We have the fabulous Rachel Harrison and the fabulous Seth Larson, and join us in a joy song this morning.
We're going to do Lean On Me. We thought this is a great sing-along. We all need each other.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. So just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry father. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load. If you just call me, just call me when you need. Call me, whoa, call me when you need a friend. Whoa, now baby, now call me when you need a friend. Whoa, call me, call me.
This is the time we honor the children. So all the kiddos, if you want to come up and join me up here on stage with these amazing artists, come on up. Come on up. I'm Susan Crocker, and I'm standing in for Jeannie Oliver. She's our youth and family ministry. And she's not here today, but she'll be back next week. And we're all excited to be up here in front of all you guys to get our blessing. And we're going to run off after we get your blessing for a fun-filled, spirit-filled, connected class today. So if you will all join me in blessing our beautiful children. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. We see the Christ you are.
This is a time in our service for prayer and meditation, so I invite you to just close your eyes, turn within, and enjoy.
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Samasta Sukino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu Om Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
So I invite us into a time of prayer. I feel like we just had a prayer with that beautiful music. But gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Take a deep cleansing breath, knowing that we are the flow of life. Oh, sweet Spirit. So many times we ask you, what is longing to come forth? What needs to be shared? What needs to be expressed? What needs to be revealed to us? We know when we are in our highest, most deepest level of consciousness that within each of us is this level of awareness, this level of understanding, these qualities that are of spirit, which are love and peace and understanding and compassion, and we long to bring those forth, Spirit. We long to express from that place. And we know that in our humanness, it's challenging sometimes to stay focused on that. So we allow ourselves for however long we can to stay in that higher vibrational space. Knowing that life is challenging, life is hard. And life is also beautiful. And life is also peaceful and joyful. We can hold both. And so that's the invitation, and we are always given the choice whether to accept it or not. And so, Spirit, in this moment, in this very moment, this now moment, we accept that challenge. We accept that invitation to be in all of our humanness and all of our divinity. Just allow it all. And we bring this level of awareness to everyone on our prayer list. Everyone who is challenged, everyone who is triggered, everyone who is suffering or in pain, that there is also love. There is also peace. There is also awareness of you, Spirit. That part of ourselves that is always, always available to us. And so now I invite you into a time of meditation with me, a time where we connect with that higher part of ourselves, that deeper part of our consciousness that knows this to be true. And at the end of our time in the silence, Rachel and Seth will gently lead us out. But for now, let's rest together in that space of love.
I'm so excited to be here this morning because this is a 20-year dream come true today for me. I've been probably a top fan of Something Underground for 20 years and had the gift of singing with Seth's parents, Vicki and Steve, and Pete and Gay are back there too in Spirit Rising, and my husband Rich is here. We were in Spirit Rising for 10 years, and that was a band that was created out of a dream. And part of that dream was I wanted to be like Something Underground. I want to be like Seth. And over these 20 years, I have established a relationship with the Larson family that I feel like they're my family, and Seth's like my brother. So to be here today is really a dream come true because I've gone up on stage, which was pretty fun to start to sing with them, but to come together and start to prepare music to sing at churches. We'll be at Denver Unity next week, and we were preparing for that, and I was already on this schedule for a couple months, and Spirit Rising, there was just situations it wasn't working out, and I said, we're in luck. Seth and I are in the wings. We're ready. So we're going to be singing 2 original songs that I wrote, and I wrote this one, I Pray, before we knew who had won the last election. And it was turbulent times, right? So it's interesting that this one came out. It's called I Pray. With the capo. With the capo. Don't forget the capo. Then it's in the wrong key. I want to believe that everything's going to be all right when all we do is fuss and fight. Just when I think that I can't go on, I remember I am not alone. And I pray down on my knees and said, God, show me the way. And I pray down on my knees and said, Lord, give me one more day. Another day to let us see just who we are. Another day to mend these broken hearts. Another day to heal all the lands. Water, sea, and mountains finally clean sand. And I pray down on my knees and said, God, show me the way. And I pray down on my knees and said, Lord, give me one more day. I need another day, I need another day, I need another day. I need another day, I need another day, I need another day. I need another day, I need another day, I need another day. God, show me the way. One more day to right all my wrongs. One more day to let you know that you belong. One more day to make everything all right. Another day to see through your sight. And I pray down on my knees and said, God, show me the way. And I pray down on my knees and said, Lord, give me one more day. And I pray down on my knees and said, God, show me the way. And I pray down on my knees and said,
said, Lord, give me one more day. Down on my knees I said, Lord, give me one more day.
Thanks so much, Rachel and Seth. This is beautiful. So we have a treat this morning for you. We've got a guest speaker via video, Reverend Martha Creek. Many of you know her. She was here in October. She did some training for us for the board and the staff, and then she spoke on that Sunday. And she's on the screen to talk about grit. And grit is so essential to living out our theme, which we introduced a couple weeks ago, live out loud, that to live with purpose, with passion, with intention, you gotta have some grit. So let's all enjoy this beautiful presentation by Martha Creek.
Hi friends, it's Martha Creek, marthacreek.com. There's a load and loads and loads of free resources there. Podcast, videos, the newsletter, and encouragement, inspiration, solid foundation, spiritual practices, tips. So make your way over there and receive whatever's there. It's all free, and it's a great use of me and my desire to serve those who serve, and to get our teachings, these teachings, practical approaches to living, to being with situations and circumstances out to the whole of the world. So that is my intention, my purpose, my plan, and my vision. So I meet you today from that energy and from the spirit of that, and with great enthusiasm for that also. And the topic today I want to look at and encourage us to look at together is the word grit. Grit. And I'm a Southern girl, so it's not grits. And just for the record, even though I was born and raised in the South and have spent the majority of my life in the South, I didn't eat grits. I don't eat grits. And they were not in my house, which is the biggest mystery of the world, of how I could be born and raised in a farm, as a farm girl, and from a very pioneering group of people, and certainly strong pioneer women and the fact that there was no grits in that house is its own mystery still to today. And now that we're talking about it, I can't even know if I trust grits or not, because I watch people eat them, and there's a lot going on with those grits. I mean, some people put butter on them, some put milk, some put cheese, some put sugar. So I'm pretty sure that we're having to do with those grits whatever we've got to do for preference. And it's those things that we're putting in them that we love, maybe, not the grits. But no offense, I'm not criticizing grits or grit eaters. Now, after that little tangent, back to the topic. Grit. The something extra. Think about the grit that you have. That's something extra. It's an extra something that separates people. It separates the attitude of people. People have it. And successful people have it. Pioneer people have it. People with an attitude to find a way have it. And it's a difference. It's a mindset, which we'll get into as we explore this more psychologically and neurologically also. It's also, grit has been defined as a passion, a perseverance, and for me, an uncommon stamina, which is my favorite part about human beings. Honestly, it's like my favorite part about human beings is that we just keep coming back and finding a way around obstacles, through obstacles, under obstacles, over obstacles. So this is a high time now to really activate and to bring forth, to the degree that we can, even if it's a little slight bit of grit, a hair of grit that will go a long, long way here in these times and in all the times of being human, because there's a call for it in our relationships, in our occupations, our professions, our avocations, our vocations, certainly in spousal, relational, parental environments. There's a real call for some grit. So think about it then as a passion, perseverance, and an uncommon stamina that can be channeled. Yes, that can be channeled, that can be directed, that can be used intentionally with causative, generative kinds of action with purpose. And in order to stick to our goals, in order to keep inching us along, in order for our evolution, it's like this bit of grit can be like water on a plant to activate that grit, like to just literally say, okay, I don't love this a bit, I don't like this a bit, and I'm going to shift my mindset about this. I'm going to shift my mindset about this, and I'm going to activate any little bit of grit that I can. It's described literally in Webster as the firmness of spirit. A firmness of spirit. So think about that. What your life would be like and what you would be like in this life in a firmness of spirit. Now that's a radical departure from how it ought to be, how it should be. I don't like this, I don't want this, I don't need this, to a firmness of spirit. An unyielding courage. Unyielding courage. And boy, have we seen it, right? We've seen it. You've seen it. You've had it. You've had to have some unyielding courage through these times too. An unyielding courage. Even with resistance, even with the inertia, even with the allure, the temptation of the mind to give up, throw in the towel, shut it down, apathy, resignation. And then there's something else that says no, no. Get some rest, have a bite to eat, and then get up and see what else can be done here. An unyielding courage. And we've certainly seen it in these times, particularly in this year. A new depth, a new experience of courage that was only conceptual, really, until this year. And it's the best part of our humanness, the best part of our human beingness, this uncommon motivation, this uncommon stamina, this unyielding courage. And it's wind beneath my wings, I can tell you, because it's what keeps me at this, and it's what keeps me doing what I'm doing to serve humanity and to serve those who serve humanity. So a firmness of spirit, unyielding courage, and the ability to face hardship, to accept that hardship is part of our process here, that hardship goes with being human, and hardship is a part of our humanness. It's a part of our human relationships here. So there's no shortage of that. And then the power and the possibility, the potential then resides entirely in how am I going to be with this? And how am I going to relate to this? So think about then as we proceed here, the difference of a fixed mindset. You may call it like a closed mindedness, a closed mindset, or a growth mindset, or an more open mindset. So fixed or open, closed or growth-oriented mindset. So that's the polarities. So as a fixed mindset, so see if you can identify this in you. I certainly will be identifying it in me, and let me report with no shame, and please do not take this on as shame or blame or more self-hate, more insult to your soul, but to say, no, I'm using this to be informed. I'm using this to awaken. I'm using this to apply a different technique for myself. I'm doing this to dig out of torture, out of suffering. I'm doing this to awaken. So a fixed mindset gives up. The mind shuts down, it gets small and constricted, and it can see no options. Can you relate? And the tendency for it to just, nothing I can do, nothing I can do. This will never end. That mindset. That's this 2,000 years old mindset, archaic. And then the growth mindset, the more open mindset says, how can I respond to this? Yes, it's challenging. Yes, I don't like it a bit. No, I don't love it. No, I don't prefer it. No, I didn't pick it, and I'm just mad. And how can I respond to this challenge? How can I get more responsive instead of reactive and shut down and more closed, more stuck, more frozen over? The fixed mindset, the closed mindset, magnifies the difficulty. It exaggerates, dramatizes. And us high righteous spiritual types say, oh no, I don't do drama. No, I'm not into drama. It's like, yes, we are. Yes, you are. Yes, you. You too. Me too. The allure to speak in terms of it never, ever goes my way. All my life, that's been happening every single time. All you ever do. The magnification of it and the allure to magnify it, to embellish, to exaggerate, to justify. And this patterned way of misery loves company, and misery is seeking other miserables to hold up with. And then the drain on our spirit both ways. To continue to do that is so consequential to our causative, creative, innovative, resourceful mind, and it's certainly consequential to our relationships, to our families, our workplaces, because it cannot be sustained. It's not bearable over time. Well, without a lot of caffeine or alcohol or something that most of us know that is not all that good a choice for us. The more open mind then has something that says, I've got to regulate my response. I've got to regulate myself in response to this situation instead of magnifying it. Ain't it awful, making it worse. And I've got to regulate myself to say, yes, it actually is awful. I don't know what else to call it. And how can I be with the awful? What can I do in an awful situation that would be sensible and sane, and to proceed from there? The closed mind is also closed to any kind of ideas. It's closed to feedback. You have this in your relationships, in your family, absolutely. If you've got parents, either you had them or you still have them, or children, co-workers, of where you want them not to suffer. You're hearing their suffering, and you've got all this advice for them and coaching and counseling and mentoring for them, and there's no space for it. Can you relate to how much you want to fix and advise them and to get them out of that suffering? And the closed and stuck and froze over, the fixed mindset, the fixed energy and the inertia of that mindset is like there's no opening. So it's like we may as well be standing beating our head against a brick wall than wondering why our head bleeds, versus saying, I've got to stop this. And until that mind shows some kind of opening, then I've got to accept that there is no opening here. So then all the ideas that I desperately want them to take, I can apply. The ideas are for me, and the feedback I desperately want to give to them, there's no opening for. It's like, oh, let me take that feedback. That holds all the power in the universe for me to use my own advice and to be the first one to apply it. Then a growth mindset, instead of doing that, it accepts that all the suffering is for our human learning processes. my friend Steve used to say, I don't want to learn anymore. I'm through learning. Please, I'd rather just have a good cheeseburger. So it's like, but that growth mindset knows that all of this is for me to use it in some way to figure out a way to overcome, a spirit of overcoming. So then I allow and accept that challenges are included in the lifespan. I accept and allow that challenges are part of human learning processes, and that I, as a human, am also learning through them. And one of the metaphors that was given to me once is, we claim we don't want challenges. We claim we don't want to any obstacles in our way. And, you know, certainly at a time like this, it's like, boy, is that ever true. Like, I've got enough on my plate. Thank you very much. You know, cooking on all 6 burners here, and it's boiling over most of the time. Versus, think about, this metaphor was given like if you were a soccer player. I hope you know what soccer is. I barely do. But if you know what soccer is, you know, there's a field of people out there, and there's a ball at their feet, and they're kicking it up and down there. So it's like, think about then if they said, okay, if you don't want any obstacles, you don't want any opposition whatsoever, you just take you and your team, or just you by yourself out there and a ball, and just run up and down that field and kick that soccer ball in the net. Score. Then run back to the other end, run down again, kick it in the net, score. It's like, how long do you actually think you would do that? How much fun would there be in doing that? Versus, no, the opposition comes in, the defense. They're trying to block the ball. They're in our way. And that we've got to strategize and think and look at the lay of the land and test our bodies and our minds to see, how can I get around this? What can I do to get around this? That's the power, the causative nature, which is more in alignment with our divine nature, the higher mind, versus this closed, stuck, more animalistic mind. Another aspects of the fixed minds includes that it stops learning. It's not open to learning. I know everything already. I've been there, done that. I've got the books. I've seen the speakers. I've been to the workshops. It's like, well, you might want to tell your face, because it's not caught up to all that wisdom yet, because you're still in a great deal of suffering here. And the less you're appealed by suffering, the more there's a possibility. But the fixed mind then is not open to learning, not open frankly, to even coming out of that. It also then has very minimal or no listening capacities. And I used to say it as, oh, they didn't have any ears. There was no ears to hear. So that's an out picturing. That's an example of the closed and stuck fixed mindset. Not able to learn, not interested in learning, and not listening at all. Like, no capacity for listening, like no ears. So nobody home, nobody there to soak this in. So then think about then the polar opposite of that, to be able to learn, to listen, to be an inquiry. What works? What have you done? What worked well for you? They want feedback. A growth-oriented, high mind mindset wants to be to have breakthroughs, to get new awarenesses, to gain perspective. And particularly in situations like this, it's so important to be able to do that now. Like, what is effective, what isn't, to learn from it, to back up and try it again, and to continue to inform myself, and to use feedback to inform myself, trial and error as feedback, as a circular something, so that it's a destination. It's not a destination then, but a way of being in the world, not somewhere where I arrive, where finally everything just gets into place. And one of the other attributes of the fixed mind is that it focuses on and is intent on expressing and bringing forth what's broke, that don't work, that won't work, that's the problem, that's the problem, that's the problem, that's the problem, and it's stuck in that. And it then, with that focus then, of course, that's what we're going to experience. So only until that we can shift over into more of a growth mindedness about this. And it's not a fake positivity. It's not a silver lining put around this. But like, no, even in this, where things are clearly broken, systematically congested, in crisis even, that what else is a potential here? Where is the potential here? And then from the growth-minded attitude, the growth-minded polarity can see, I can analyze what is and stay attuned to what is, evaluate the situation, evaluate it, and then discern what would be sensible action for me. What would be sensible action? What could I do to restore myself emotionally? What could you do that would restore yourself emotionally? What could you do that would restore yourself spiritually, that got you on a more solid ground for a spiritual life, for a firmness of spirit, a oneness with spirit? And then to look at the lay of the land. And this was given as a metaphor, another soccer, when I was listening to a podcast, and it said, you know, these young kids, when you're watching young kids play soccer, they've not yet mastered it. So technically you're supposed to be hitting the ball with your feet, and they're hitting the ball with their shoulders and their arms and other things because they keep the ball high. And they've not learned yet that they can have more control of the ball if they actually let the ball settle, look at the lay of the land, where's my opposition, and then move the ball. And that's very applicable to me today, and maybe for you, that in these unsettling times, and these times that we have not seen before in our life, that we're not prepared for, regardless of what it is, this health crisis, a divorce, a diagnosis, a disease, an unemployment, anything that we have not experienced yet. And even if we've been through similar things, and nobody's been through what we've been through here this year, but even in other situations in life, it's like we feel unprepared for that. So it's so important then to let it settle a bit, evaluate the situation, what can be done here, what would sensible action be like here. And then the final attribute of the fixed mindset is consistently bringing in proof to defend its already drawn conclusions. So in the beginning, there was the conclusion. So it's stuck in that. So it'll bring in, yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. And the kind of resistance, particularly with us helper types, and wanting to ease suffering, that we'll be wanting them to learn, wanting to give them insights or feedbacks or an analysis of a situation. Remember, no ears to hear, not listening, not able to listen. They've stopped learning when they're in this fixed mindset. All they're going to do is yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but, and bring in proof for why it can't be done. They're not going to be willing to see options. So think about then where the power lies in me and in you to wake up to this today and to see that these polarities of minds exist. And my job and my work, my preference is to keep my own mindset cared for, to be the gardener of my own mind, and the guard of my own mind, to keep that mindset healthier, more functional, more effective, more innovative, more creative, more causative, more responsive, more regulated, more allowing, or accepting what cannot be changed, willing to change what can be, and informed and governed and open to feedback and new insights and objectivity, less subjected, more objective, and then a keen ability to analyze the situation and to formulate a sane, sensible action for what can be done here. So God bless you, friends. God bless you as you activate and lean toward the growth mindset, aware of your own God-given grit as resilience, as power, as peace. And this is one of my favorite quotes from one of Unity's co-founders and the mother of Unity, Myrtle Fillmore. And it's likely not literal, so it's how I've integrated it. Get busy using the truth you know. Bring forth your own world of love, of friendship, of beauty, and of plenty. God is giving everything required to build such a world. There is within you the God-given intelligence to build such a world. Get at it. Get at it. And when you can't get at it, tell the truth. Because you do not have to do it alone. At least parts of it. Some parts you might have to do alone. But the majority you don't have to do alone. You're not alone. There's so much support. And you cannot do it wrong. Even when it looks wrong. In the spirit of this kind of growth-mindedness and of testing to see what will work, it cannot be wrong. Even if the world calls it a failure, it doesn't make it wrong. From that spirit of resilience and grit and creation and causative action. And what I know for sure is it's going to take longer than you like. It'll take longer than you like. I also know for sure you're equipped for it. 100% equipped. Big, big love. Big, big love. All blessings to you. And extra doses of grit and resilience and growth mindset.
Man, she's funny on camera. She's so good. She was so good in person. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. This is another song I wrote a couple of years ago called Love Each Other that Seth was kind enough to record with me. So if you go to my website, recoveryoursoul.net, and you want to hear this song, you can. It's called Love Each Other. Lately I've been thinking, keeps me up at night. How many times I tell you how to do things right. It can be too easy to think we know the better way. Did I stop and listen to what you had to say? What if we loved each other just for who we are? Didn't try to change each other, love you as you are. I find it hard to watch you when your world falls apart. Just want to fix it, mend your broken heart. I know it's through the dark times that you will find your light. So much time wasted proving who was right. What if we loved each other just for who we are? Didn't try to change each other, love you as you are. Ooh. Ooh. can't win the fight? What if we just let go of who's wrong or right? The healing comes when we see the love in you and me, standing up as ourselves, happy and free. What if we loved each other just for who we are? Didn't try to change each other, love you as you are. What if we loved each other just for who we are? Didn't try to change each other. I love you as you are. I love you as you are. I love you as you are. I love you as you are.
We definitely love you as you are. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, everyone. We'll start, as we usually do, by saying our purpose statement together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And before I get into anything else, I wanted to say thank you to Bill Holmes and Dave Morden for shoveling our walks this morning so that we could come in safely. Thank you for that attention to detail, gentlemen. This is the part in our service where we invite you to support us financially. As you know, we are a self-sustaining community. There are a number of ways you can do that, and one of those ways is today in the sanctuary. So let's go ahead with our offering blessing, and then the ushers will pass around the offering bags. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And we'd like to say hello to our online viewers, so if you want to turn around and give a little wave, hello everyone, glad you're there with us. It doesn't seem like we would be thinking about summer camp on a day like this, but we are. We're planning ahead for summer camp. So the registration has opened, and the details are in the bulletin and in the weekly update and also on the website. So if you have a child between the ages of 5 and 12 and are looking for a really upbeat, hands-on spiritual experience for them this summer, check it out. The Mind Matters series started last week, but you are still invited to join if you're interested. This is a 10-week series led by Jean Natray, and it focuses on the concept of that our thoughts create our experience of life, and our thoughts can either create more stress for us or reduce our stress. So if you'd like more information about that, again, check the bulletin or the update. Our guest speaker, Matthew Fox, will be on Wednesday, February 1st, so that's this week. And again, that will be a talk. We will meet here in the sanctuary, but Mr. Fox will be with us via Zoom. And then after the talk, then we will be offering a simple meal in Foss Hall. And the details, again, you can find on in the bulletin or in the update. The Unity Basics Workshop will start next Sunday. February 5th is the part 1. That will be in the sanctuary. And we do ask that you pre-register for this if you can. The registration form is available online as well. And before I do the prayer chaplain, I'd like to say that Martha Creek's books are available in the bookstore. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about her, feel free to check that out. And then at 11:15 today, we are going to hold a prayer gathering here in the sanctuary. This has been a really challenging time for us, and we would like to gather to just raise our consciousness and focus on our community and bringing us together in peace and love and harmony. So we invite you to return here at 11:15 if you'd like to join us for that. And prayer chaplains today, Brooke and Beth, thank you so much. They will be here available for you right in the sanctuary. And if you have a celebration or a prayer request, please gather with them and they can help you with that. And now our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be a moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I pray down on my knees. I said, God, show me the way. And I pray down on my knees. I said, Lord, give me one more day. And I pray down on my knees. I said, God, show me the way. And I pray down on my knees. I said, Lord, give me one more day. Down on my knees. I said, Lord, give me